Put this right on.
And I have Andiamo back there.
Right, you do, because I took
Oh,
two.
that's
Your shoes right there.
I think I got some.
Yeah, that's your shoes.
I've not used it though, okay, now you try.
It's, again, it's just something for the toolbox, and we've been, you know, clients, you actually, sometimes you say to clients, where have you been? Where have you been? And she's like, you know what, with the kids and this and that, I just threw my own color on, like I hate that. You know, and I'm like, you come in 10 minutes, you know?
What is that men's line that is?
Red Kim Cameo?
Yeah, the cameo.
Yeah.
So I used to use my cameo sometimes, like if something, if I had a hair emergency, I'd run to the bag, mix that, and then hit it to the root. If I had like a small
spot.
area that wasn't hitting, and I'd leave it on a little bit longer than the suggested time, and then they'd come out perfect, and I'd be like, thank all the hair gods.
And the temples, everybody's always complaining.
Yeah.
The temples, they always want the temples. Now, I do this at this thing. And then now my haircut, I just, $15, $20 I add on. So my haircut or my blowout. Why not? And they love it because they get it till their next, you know, you don't want to do the whole, you know, the T or nothing, you know, unless they're the client, but you just do right there. And then next time they come in, but now they're coming in between. And sometimes I'll even tell them, because they'll say to me when they come in for their single process, you know, my single process is great and everything, but my temples after 2 weeks. I say, come in for a blowout, I'll hit there, $15 on top of your blowout.
Yeah, that's
And now they come in between.
I charge
Yeah.
35.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying extra.
$15, man, what the hell?
No, for the color. Right, for the color, charge 35, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I do touch up here, all the phrases.
Yeah.
Party area, I'm done.
Yeah.
And
But
then-
now it's 10 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
15 minutes.
In your chart there, you have the NAMT,
In AMT.
In here?
right? And so it's not on here, but it's, so is it new?
Yes, this is
Okay.
out,
And
they just came
That's what you were
out.
saying was good for your men,
It just came out.
so they have that, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, because they have that.
Yeah.
I don't have
It's
that.
not in there either. It just came out, I think, last week.
And the brown here,
Yep.
that's good, okay.
And another thing this is good for, I don't think you mentioned it, but not only is it fast for fast services, but what if you get behind as a stylist or a colorist? And, you know, whether somebody, you know, had problems and you got behind, or if they just show up late,
Right.
then this is your way to catch up.
This is what happens to me a lot. Sometimes I'll be foiling my client and they'll be like, Freddie, the next client's here. And it's that one client that you're always running late for, and she just sits down and she's like this, you see her on her face. I'll finish my highlight, I cut her, and then I put my Andiamo on her. Now I don't have to do the touch up right away, because I know that I can put this on at the end. You know what I'm saying, on my highlights.
Why does that always happen, the same client, you're always behind on?
It's the same one.
It's like the
It's
same
like
one.
every time, it's
They're
Lisa
early.
Cangelosi.
I'm always late for that same
I eliminate
person.
those people.
Lisa Cangelosi,
So
I'm
what
always
would be
late
the
for her.
difference of like, this is a pretty basic line.
Or your client comes in late and she's like, I'm sorry I'm running late with a big Starbucks in it.
Right.
You know, oh my God.
This is kind of a good line to start off like new stylists with, because it's very basic.
All right, so,
That was a question.
That was the question
This is
she
kind
was
of
asking.
a good system to start off new stylists with, because it's very basic,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then
Easy to pick up,
but
easy
if
to
they-
learn.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, especially if they're doing highlights and color in between.
right.
Like that's
Speed them
perfect
up a
for
little
them.
bit.
Because they always take slow, you know, they take longer.
Now for the, I didn't see in your tones, the level 8, the 8 line. Is this good to tone with?
Andiamo?
Uh-huh,
Mm-mm.
okay.
Yeah, I would tone.
Is this gonna go a shade darker?
Yeah. I would tone
And
with the
there's so much
toner,
pigment.
like the permanent color, and
Okay.
just use a low
The 7
developing.
bar,
Use a
okay.
7 or a 10.
Okay,
And,
definitely.
and the one thing about, you know, introducing that to a younger or new stylist, it might not be the best thing. Chroma would be, in my
Speed,
mind,
the time.
better because they have to be fast to apply color.
Yeah.
This is not somebody
Yeah.
that's slow at applying color,
Right.
correct?
Yes,
Right. Well, this, you have 12 minutes to apply color.
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
And then 10 minutes after
And
that.
we do it quicker.
Okay,
We do it quicker, but they give you 12 minutes.
okay.
Yeah, because that was one of the things in the beginning. It was like, how do I have to get it on so quick? You know what I'm saying? You have 12 minutes to get it on. Before you
Well,
Okay.
I like
Right.
just the framing. That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do the framing, boom, boom, bam, bing, boom.
And then there are some clients that come in, they just get color and go, because it's warm out, it's summertime. They come in and get Andiamo, 15 minutes, they're out. Like they're out, like.
And they'll think we're the greatest hairbrush for her.
Right, well, because and some people, you know, when we get into the luminous, I'll explain why, but a lot of people now are conscious of things. They want to know what's in things, what's affecting, what's on their head. I've never had this problem before on my body, it must be the hair color or something like that. Like, there are all these different things, so, and, you know, Andiamo, and then there are stylists that will shy away from it because they just want the traditional. But I did have a time that my client, we ran out of the Chroma high lift blondes, and she had 2 back-to-back high lift blondes. Like, I'm like, who has 2 in one day, right? So I said, use Andiamo. And she said to the, you know, she told the client, this is what I have to do. She used Andiamo. They both came out perfect. One of the clients said, you know what, I like to sit here because I read my phone. I want to go back to tradition. The other one said, I'd rather have it on my head for 20 minutes than 55 minutes. So now she had 2 clients back to back. So now she uses Andiamo a lot more because the client said to her, you know, this is great, but I'm in and out. So now she offers it even for traditional color. She says, listen, I can get you out here quicker if you want. That would be great.
Do you find them coming out with more shades than what they had?
For the Andiamo, they're going to come out a little bit. They're never going to make it a line.
Gotcha.
Because we don't need 5 lines in the salon, right?
You can mix.
We really don't. But everything that's in here is calibrated. So you can pretty much do everything you want with it.
Now,
You know what I'm saying?
say you wanted to reduce the level of color, could you put booster in Andiamo?
You know what? I've never tried it. They never recommended that we can do that. So if I would do it, like maybe on try it on one of you.
Yeah, let's try it today.
Yeah, take one for the team.
I'm down for a color change.
No.
You guys,
You know, try it on a mannequin, like play one day. You know.
Hey, if it doesn't come out, we can just always edit the video.
Right.
Well, that is true, you know. It's all an illusion.
put a filter on it. It's perfect.
Okay, so the next thing George said was,
Oh, this is fun.
what is missing? So we said, what's not missing is that we carry Joico's direct dyes, and there's 135 direct dyes. We don't have the room for it. So they came out with Ultra Hot. And we came out with a minimal amount of shades, right? 10 shades, 10 shades, but we could do anything with them. So instead of having a million shades in the back of direct dyes, they came out with 10. They added a clear and a black that you can make anything. And here is a cheat sheet that you can make some shades. On Aloxxi International, they have other shades you can make, but we don't need to carry so much stuff. Like you said before, you could mix and make your own stuff sometimes, right? For a salon owner, or even a staff, you don't need to go in the back and have a million different things. Bring us back to being colorists, right? And play it. So then the salon down the block can't make that because you specifically made it yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what makes us very different.
That's
You know
why
what
you
I'm
have
saying?
clear.
I'm sorry?
That's why you have clear.
That's why we have clear. That's why we have black, because we can make smoky colors, and then you have clear. I always say, if you're gonna make a shade, you put your clear in first, and then add, because if you put the other color in, you're using a whole tube of clear. So what makes this different than other direct dyes out there? One, it's formulated, and this was a big thing that we spoke about, to be put on damp hair. The hair doesn't have to be dry, which saves us time. It's formulated to go on pale yellow, not white hair. Because what was happening is we were blowing out the cuticle, making it white so we can get that perfect purple or red and stuff like that, and it wasn't holding because you're blowing out the hair. So it's formulated to go on pale yellow hair, which is a lot better, right? What else does it do? It has a concentrated blue pigment, So when it fades out true to tone. So if you start with blue, it's gonna fade out to a pale blue. It's not gonna come in a little swampy. You know what I'm saying? Usually they come back and they look like green or some color. All of our shades fade to tone. So our red will come back as a little pinkish. You know, our green will come back in the green family. Our blue comes back in the blue family. It doesn't come back and it looks like you don't even know where you started. So that was very important because you don't need a lot of shades, and you want to be able to do it on wet hair, you want to be able to do it on pale yellow hair, and you want it to fade true to color instead of fading out to different colors. And again, here is some cheats here that people are looking for, especially this one down here. Everybody loves fog, right? Everybody loves the fog. So that's our Ultra Hot, easy, no developer, which is really good.
Can I see that?
What is your definition of a chip?
Yes.
Of a chip, it's probably like the size of a chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. I can do that
That's
one.
my favorite. That's my favorite, chocolate chips.
So I'll do that too. I'll do
Gail, we're gonna make you periwinkle. Do you still, close out with that lock?
Yes, that's very important. And what I do with these two, with the development time, it's like 20 minutes. I always do 10 minutes heat, 10 minutes no heat.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of gets it really good. You know? And then I color line. I never shampoo it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I never shampoo my colors, I just
Rinse, right. You can just rinse it. Before this, I would just rinse it too. Never shampoo, because shampoo takes it out. You know what you want to hear, like the fallacy thing? When I worked for L'Oreal, which is weird, when I worked for L'Oreal, keratin became really big. And they don't have a sodium chloride free shampoo. Only on the street they do, but not for professional. And I said, how am I supposed to sell retail or sell it in a salon when there's keratin all over the world? You know, like everybody's keratin right now. And they turned around and goes, that's all fake. You could use any shampoo on keratin. I'm like, what? And they said, we will never come out with it because we don't believe in it. And they never have. They said it's just marketing.
I've been told many times before,
It's
you know,
very
we had
shiny.
all of these sulfate free. The Italians, like most of the brands that we were selling were Italian brands. And they would look at us like, you know, because they didn't have a sulfate free shampoo.
Right.
They said this is all a marketing gimmick.
It's a marketing. Peter Coppola came out with it. That was the beginning.
It's all an illusion.
Yeah. Peter Coppola came out with it in the beginning. You need the shampoo to go with it, and then the other brands just went on. It can't hurt you. I mean, sodium chloride isn't astringent. It's going to take out whatever, you know. But it was just really a marketing tool. So with this, you don't need to shampoo it anyway.
What's that?
Color conditioner.
Oh yeah, that stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
Question, you wouldn't happen to have a color swatch on these, do you?
Oh.
No.
No? I want to see what that neon teal looks like tag-wise you're getting ready.
They don't. I don't think they have. I don't have color. Actually, in the old book, it's in our old book. Do you have the? It might be in the old book.
You're talking about.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh la la.
That's very old.
Oh yeah, very nice. And now you got your teal, you can Instaboost a little bit.
And you can reduce it to make it softer.
No, I mean it's going to fade
Right.
eventually,
Nice.
but it holds so
Very
much
nice.
longer. Especially if you lock it in.
With the ultra hot, or you're talking about the lock?
The lock, use the lock for 3 minutes at least.
Right, at least 3 minutes. You could leave it longer, but
Yeah, that one
3
looks good,
minutes
huh?
is like the minimum to make it work. And sometimes if
And you
they-
can do
if
that
my
with
shampoo person has
the
enough
lift and
time,
tone.
I just say just
On one side.
give them a massage for a minute or two. You know what I'm saying? Clients love that, you know? So they're nice
Put a
shades,
booster
right?
in there, lifted a couple shades, and then put your dark on
I
there.
used to have
Yeah,
To
that's
rinse it, I love it now, it's
That's what you're talking
beautiful.
about?
Yeah.
So pretty.
I just
And these are, did you see the colors on the side here? These are the, yeah.
rainbow.
Me too.
Actually, I want to tell you a story. Years ago, when Roger was teaching, Roger McCauley, who is now a
I
rep
just
with
spoke
us.
to him the other day.
So he was detailing with me, and we actually convinced the salon. Well, he actually offered them a free Ultra Hots class to the salon with no commitment, no nothing. And I'm like, in my mind, this is the craziest thing. How are you going to get? I mean, I really cared less about selling those kind of colors because it's such a small part of my business. So I'm not even understanding the whole logic of this. But believe it or not, they brought in one of the girls that's probably still teaching for you guys from LA. She specializes in Ultra Hot. She brought her here, did
Sam?
class. I think it's Sam,
Lavelle?
yeah. Sam
Yeah,
Lavelle.
she did some of those pictures there.
Anyway, make a long story short, they were so impressed with it, then they decided to bring in the entire Aloxxi color brand from that. And of course, he came back and did a class, but that's what actually got them interested. It totally blew my mind.
So our next is Instaboost, and the reason why Instaboost came out is because there was a lot of support for direct dyes that were color shampoos, right? There's a lot of color shampoos out there, right? But what was happening is the color shampoos were drying to the hair, very drying. So we came out with Instaboost color conditioners. These are conditioners, not shampoos. So you could shampoo them or whatever they want to shampoo, but this is going to support our Ultra Hots.
See, I make my own. I'll take like a booster and a conditioner and I'll
And make your own.
make my own
There you
and
go.
then set on it. Sometimes if I'm doing like a high-low blonde,
Mhm.
I'll lift them, highlight them, and then I'll freehand a violet conditioner through their hair. So I'm pre-toning them before my toner.
Right.
If they're like, yeah. Or I'll use the copper one for my reds.
This, and this is good for them to take home, so you make it for them to go home with, or you do it here with them.
Okay.
Yeah, this is at home.
And you are using.
Would they use it every time they shampoo, or would they just use it like once a week?
Yeah, like once a week.
That's what I'm
But
assuming.
you know, the younger generation, because the younger girls wash their hair all the time when they have these colors in their hair. Those are the ones that we always have to worry about, because they're washing them over and over and over again, and then they come back all messed up. So sometimes we give them support. This is the support. So it's PPD free. There's UV protection in it, so it protects from the sun. It's not the longer you leave it on, it's how many times you put it on to get vibrancy. So if you see the shades, 1 use, 5 use, 1 use, 5 use. So you would layer it. So let's say somebody's at the sink, you put it on, you rinse it out, you put it on again.
Oh, what?
The more you do it, the more vibrant you're gonna get. I tell people when they take this home, right? When you take it home, you use it every day, you're gonna get to this. You use it 3 times a week, you're gonna look like this. You use it once a week, you're gonna look like this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Deposit.
So it's not leaving off for 10 minutes, it's gonna get richer.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's layers.
Right. Deposit.
But layers can be in a single day too.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, let's say you're red and you're like, it's faded, I used the conditioner, it still didn't do enough, do it again.
Do it again, do it again. I have a client that she does it like 3 or 4 times in the shower.
Each time.
Yeah,
Okay.
she puts it in, then she'll wash her body, she puts it in again, she shaves, she puts it in again, she washes her body. Yeah.
1 shower, 3 applications.
Yeah. She does it every one. We use it at the back bar as a support sometimes, you know, as a, you know, we charge for it, it's like a treatment. But it's also something to home. We also have a clear. So the clear is for a couple of things. We do it at the salon as a treatment because it closes down the cuticle and it gives them shine. But also, if somebody says to me, they come in for a clear glaze because they want shiny hair, you know, we sell them this and then they continue to have shine on their hair at home.
Not to be confused with a gloss,
Correct.
because it doesn't open up the hair shaft.
Correct. No.
I like, yeah.
Yes. But I will send them home with that because then their hair always stays shiny.
Yeah.
You know, somebody wants.
Price
Well,
on
it gives, I
retail?
have a potato chip blonde,
It's not.
and she always
I
goes
don't
gloss,
remember
gloss,
exactly
gloss.
what.
And now she's moved
It's on the
away,
website.
and so I'm
Okay.
trying to find that perfect product. And this would work because it's not, I don't wanna lift her, I don't wanna have her mix anything together.
Correct.
You know, just
Right.
something squeeze out of a tube.
What are the size of these tubes?
Perfect.
8
I
ounces,
wanna
6
say,
ounces?
say.
And then on the bottom, we have our platinum and our ultra platinum. So our platinum is gonna give you more silver, our ultra platinum is gonna give it more of that vitality.
Because she's hiding it.
Platinum.
How many
Looks
ounces?
like 8.5.
Are these?
I don't know, I'm looking for, maybe to the back.
Yes.
No, 'cause that's blue here.
I wanna say 8 ounces, but that may not be true.
She said 6 ounces.
6 ounces?
6.8 ounces.
Okay.
You see, they look huge in her tiny little arms, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I was close, 6.8 is almost 7. and-
False advertising.
They're a nice
It
size.
does, doesn't it?
But carry it like this.
It's just because you got those readers on, everything looks that much bigger.
Now, it does say down here that you can use the gloss boss. to
No.
mix-
That's the clear.
Oh, okay.
That's your
I got
clear.
it. Right.
So these were working so well that they ended up with a gold shampoo and a gold conditioner, mask, which supports anybody in the brown family, as well as a hazelnuts for you. So it's not just for direct eye. Sometimes you just have that client, and I hate to say that might be on a lot of medication, that might be on a lot of different things, and hard water and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll send them home with that, and it just keeps their natural hair going, you know?
Well, I love that it's a retail.
Remember I was telling you about my client that was faded?
What's the cost?
Yes, yes.
So I
What's our
was
She asked me to think,
recommend
it's
her
nice.
the
I don't remember what it
Ultimate
is.
Platinum.
Since I'm
Right,
You use that on the,
What we're doing before we
It's,
do.
yeah, it's
when
reasonable.
when she
Yeah.
starts
I
seeing
would say
her.
like maybe
Right.
23 or 24.
And the silver fox would be too dark for her, you know?
Because I've got some blues and I've got some purples. I'd like
Here,
this.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
Yeah. It's good. People eat this up. I don't know if anybody, I don't even know if people sell retail here or not. In Long Island, we're big on retail. We are very, very, very big on retail. You know, there was a gentleman named Joe who worked for another salon, and he was a friend of mine. And he bought his car in 1 year on selling retail. He sells $500 to $600 a week in retail. He's just like a powerhouse. And he says, Freddie, it's really, I had him come in to do a class with me, he's not even an educator. Just because I said, Joe, how do you do it? Because, I mean, I do it, but how do I get my staff to do it?
You put it in their hand.
Exactly. He says, he goes,
How much?
he takes
25
5 products,
What's my?
5 products.
No, we didn't look at the class. We need special for them. You know? Okay, Chris has no power over here. What kind of power do you have?
He has, he takes 5 products. The client sits down. He has a shampoo and conditioner, and he goes, this is the shampoo and conditioner that I recommend in your hair. He knows her hair, right? Sends her in the back, right? She goes to get washed. Gets washed, comes back, and he goes, I'm putting this in your hair, and it'll be like a cutting lotion, but it'll also be a leave-in conditioner. I'm putting this in your hair. This is great before you, when you get out of the shower, before you blow dry your hair. This I'm gonna blow dry your hair with, and then this is my finisher, whether it's an oil or shampoo or whatever. Then he takes all 5 products when he's done, and he puts them at the front desk, and he says to the receptionist, this is what I recommend for Mary, and then he just walks away.
That's how you retail.
And then she says, this is what Fred recommended for you. Would you like any of these products? So I put 5 down, they guaranteed to take 2 to 3 every time. He goes, and then I write notes on the card of what I recommended, and I stay consistent. And then the next time she comes in, I might say, you know what? I have this new product that I'm finishing you with, or this and that, or maybe it's a summertime, and you know, I'm gonna use this shampoo on you in the summer because of, you're at the beach all the time, blah, blah, blah. But he stays consistent to every client, and he just,
Consistency is everything.
he's just a machine. And so when we do a class, my retail numbers go way up, And then about a month later, they go way back down. But retail's important. And if you don't sell a lot of retail, you don't have it or whatever, and I don't know what salons anybody else has here, but then just recommend. Because nobody goes, I'm not gonna say, I hate, this is the worst analogy I could say, but you don't go to a doctor and don't listen to them when they go, you need to use this, right? If I'm gonna be doing your hair, and it's gonna be beautiful, and you wanna keep it nice, and in my salon, they go, well, I can get it for this much on Amazon, all right, I'll match that.
Yeah.
You know what, I'll match it. I'll
Yeah.
match it, buy
I'll
it
take
from me.
$2 off.
Because you can
Like
always
small
match
business.
them.
Yeah.
That's what I
You
did.
can always compete with them.
Yeah,
They won't
small
change their
business.
pricing, you
Right.
can, if you have to.
Yep.
I'm a small business, come on. You trust me, I trust you, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if they take nothing, and they always take something, they remember that you offer every
They're
time.
thinking about
And then one day they come in, they go, my hair never looks like yours. My blowout lasts 3 days when you do it. Why? Because I'm using these products on you. I'm using professional products,
Key is too, is with today's Supreme systems up front, it has a record of everything you've sold them,
Right,
recommended to them.
right.
So you don't even have to write it down, all you gotta do is look at their file.
It helps. It does help when you do that.
The stylist has to write down.
Oh, girl. Last year I sold what? Myself, 46,000 in retail.
How much I sold last year?
What's that?
I'm ready.
How much did you?
Probably
Sale
$0.
where-
Probably $0.
Aww.
But I own the place, I'm gonna sell.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's easy, I put it right
Do
in
you
their
have a
hands.
receptionist, you
Yeah.
write it down and then your receptionist.
They
write
wanna
it down?
touch
I do the same thing and I put it right up front.
They want to
Yeah.
touch it.
Sometimes I don't, I get so busy I don't,
Uh-huh,
then I scream across the
uh-huh.
salon. Sarah, make sure she gets this, or my client. Sally, don't forget to get that product I recommended on the shady ball head next time. It works.
And then she brings you a Starbucks next
Do I do
time.
that or do I not do that?
Yeah, he does.
Well, I tell them I stab in the eye, or hang them upside down. Of course, my client tells me to come to me for over 30 years, so
They love you and they trust you.
Don't threaten
I
that.
take no new
Right?
ones. I take no new clients. I can't. Too busy.
Are you?
Too busy.
God bless.
Too busy.